No, I think we might as well just get right into it.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so guys, this is going to be a little bit different from the other training sessions that I've done. Tonight, I'm going to show you all the features that you're going to be able to use or take advantage of in Sportal Play. So it's for the game sheets and the scheduling and stuff like that. I will be doing a more in-depth one once you are ready to start actually scheduling or inputting everything else. But I want to give you an idea of what is included in it, and I'll answer any of your questions, okay? Okay. Okay, so when you were in Sportal Play, a second. Okay, when we first come into Sportal Play, you're going to be able to see from the right-hand side the left-hand side is going to be your main menu options. Now, the same with all of the Sportal products, it is based on permissions. So you can set people up to be your scheduler or to be an assigner of the refs. We also have things in here where you can set up your pay structure for your refs. And you're going to be able to do like an invoice for it and everything else like that. The other things that you're going to be able to do is you can do tournaments, have all your games and your practices, as well as activities in your calendar. Now, when you do get into your calendar, it does get published on something we call Sportal page. I will, while I'm just thinking about, I'm just going to quickly find a Sportal page so I can get to it. I'm going to go to where am I going? So Sportal page is your public site. So I'm just trying to find one. I should have that one opened. Sorry, I can open this for a second. Apologize, give me 1 second. So this is our Sportal page. So when you are on here, you're going to be able to have all of your tournaments information there. You're going to be able to have your all your schedule for your games and your practices, and you're going to be able to sort them by the teams in here. So we do have an option that you can go in here and add information. So you can say, you know, it's a great season, blah, blah, blah. So we will give you access to that as well. And you can upload some photos or your sponsors to this page, okay? But we're going to go back and jump back into Sportal Play. So again, from the left-hand side, you're going to be able to see all of your games. You're going to be able to sort by past games, and you're going to be able to schedule some games. When you schedule the games, I'm not going to show you the process of that tonight, only because I was talking to the team today. They are in the midst of changing the way it's done to make it easier for you guys. So that should be ready in the next couple of weeks, and I'll give you a full training on that. But I want to show you some of the features about the games. So you can filter by the date, by the team, by the field. You're also going to be able to see all of the flags that we have for them. So you notice this game, I have, if I click on it, I'm going to see that I don't have the umpires set up. So I know I have to go in there and schedule. So it's going to flag it for you. So you're going to be able to see at a glance what needs to be done. And so you can update all that. You can also see I have some pay structures in here. So you can actually go in there and set it as your scorekeeper will get this amount, or your umpire gets this amount. You can probably put in stuff for distances. Let's say they have to travel for a certain distance. You can put that in as like information, so you can when you do the monthly pay, it will capture that they get so much because they traveled for so much. You can also have rules set up that let's say they can only play how many games or hours in a day. So maybe they're allowed to do 3 games in a day, or maybe you want to set it up. You don't have to use all those options, but they are available for you. The other things that you're going to be able to do when you're setting up things like this is, let's say you want to sorry, I just lost my train of thought. I'm going to come back to that because I'm not sure what I was saying there. You're also going to be able to set up all your lineups. Liam, are you going to be using the lineups in here?
We're gonna have to see, because the score sheet still isn't ready for baseball yet.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to, if it's good enough and we can, then we will. But if not, then we're gonna just have to do it the old manual way. But
Okay.
we still are undecided on if we're using it yet. So
Okay. So if you are going to take advantage of that feature, you're going to be able to go into a game. When I go to score sheet, you can see that I can add in my players. The other thing that I'm going to show you right here is, you see this 3 innings remaining. You can upload some rules. That's what I was trying to say before and I forgot. So you can upload some rules around this, like for the pitchers. They can only pitch, let's say they can only do 3 innings, or they can only do a pitch count of 50, or whatever rules you want to set up. You can set it up in here and it's going to keep track. So let's say they have 3 innings, but this person ends up doing 5 innings. It will flag it. So it'll show you little flags on here that it allows you to do it, but at the same time, it's going to flag it so that you can do a report on that. Do you have any questions about that? No. So if you are going to add that in, you can add all of your players. I'm going to add some coaches as well. When you are in the system, when you're adding a roster in all your things, you do have to sign the game sheet. So I'm going to sign it. I'm going to save it. And now, if I look at the bottom, I now have the pitcher inning count. So I can click in here and I can enter in the amount of throws, which inning it was. You don't have to put both, but you can if you want to. So that would get done after the game. Okay. So once you have all of that information in, if I click on the score sheet, I'm going to click, oops. And I'm going to get my score sheet. Okay. Do you guys have any questions about that? Or is there anything that any tools around that you would want to see? And I can show you that.
So for that, we'll for sure, if we can, we're gonna use the pitch count, because right now it's just being used or just manually.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can get the pitch count set up where it would spit out on that official game report each pitcher with the roster, and if however many pitches they've thrown,
Yeah, and
That would be awesome.
you can also do a report at the end. So one of the reports on the side is going to be like pictures and stuff, and you're going to be able to do a report on all of that.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Okay. So I'm just going to jump back into this the officials. So again, I can go in here and I can assign officials. Now you can set it up that officials can select games. So they're going to be able to see, and you can state, I think you could say whether or not they can see a month or can see a week or whatever it is, but there's like a time period, and they can actually go in and select games if they want. If they don't have the qualifications, I, as an administrator, or whoever you decide is going to be the assigner, can actually override that, and you can assign it to that. Okay. But the refs on their side, they can't pick up a game unless they have the qualifications. Okay. So I'm going to add in an add just from the list of names, or I can also search for another name. Oops. And when you see down here, you can go in here and add claims. So you can have it all set up that, maybe if they got sent to a certain location, do they get gas or anything else? They can go in there, and so you can have a list of what they're allowed to claim. Okay. Is there any questions about that?
Just for everyone's knowledge, for the umpire stuff, we're gonna try and run some pilot projects with that at just the younger levels, see how it works, and then also let some other associations use it for leagues that they run on their own, just to see how it all kind of works.
Okay.
We're still gonna use for our leagues and stuff. We're still gonna use Arbiter for this year. So just so you guys are aware that you won't really have to, it's coming down the ropes if eventually, but you won't necessarily have to know all that stuff for this.
Okay, perfect. The one thing to note, if you do end up using something, let's say you have a pay structure set up. If it has been used in that month, you can't change it, but you can always add different ones in order to adjust the prices if needed. Okay. So you can also, again, you can set up events in here for your team. And you can also add in practices. When you are doing the game schedule, practices or games, you can either do it from an Excel upload or CSV upload, or you can just create. Again, I'm not going to go through this because apparently it's going to be changing very soon, so I don't want to confuse anyone. Okay. You can also set up all your venues. Now, I believe we were going to have this all set up for you, but you can see that we have venues in there. You can also, so we can add other fields in for you, as well as all your teams will get synced from Sportal Play. Okay. Or sorry, Sportal ID. Yeah. So once you do get your team in here, all your roster will show up. If you have the game or jersey number inputted in Sportal ID, it will sync over here as well. Okay, so when a coach or needs to get into Sportal Play, they are able to make an account as soon as they're on a roster. Or the other way is have an administrator set them up with access. Is there any questions about that? No? Okay. Let me see if I can find somebody. So when I go into an account, you can see that I have a member ID. I can also set up information for myself. So I can set up notifications. So maybe I want a notification when there's a scheduling change or something's been added for a certain team. I can also update my profile. I can see my schedule. I can add in like availability. So if I'm a ref, I can go into my calendar. I can add in, say, when I'm available to be able to ref. Okay. But for this, I can also see my own calendar because I'm part of a team there. I'm going to be able to see the leagues, any of the suspensions or rejections will show up here as well. And then again, when I'm an official, I'm just going to go in here. Let's say I'm going to say I'm available every Friday. I will be available, or you could say I will not be available. I'm going to say all day on Fridays, will be available. And I would just save that. Is there any questions about that?
Is there any like communication directly into there for like managers or coaches to the players?
Just notifications.
Okay. So as a player, can you set up a Sportal Play account or no?
A player?
Yeah, like so if I'm on the team, if a manager makes a
Mhm.
change to our practice schedule or anything like that, will it send a notification to the team that that's been changed?
I believe
How
it
does all
does.
that stuff?
Yeah, I believe
Okay.
that does that. But yeah, players can also set up as long as they have their member ID number and their roster to a team, they can create an account.
Okay.
So I can also put in all of my qualifications into here so that when I am looking for those ref jobs, it will state, or maybe it'll say that you have to have whatever level refing. It's going to be able to sync with the portal ID. But if it's not in there, I can also go in here and add in my coaching information so that I'm able to pick up the correct jobs. Okay. Is there any questions about any of that? So I know when you first come into Sportal Play, it might take you a couple minutes, but it actually, as soon as you start using it, it is really intuitive. It's just kind of a point and click. Adding schedules is really quite easy. You can say whether or not you want like the length of time. You can also generate a schedule in here. So you can either create your own schedule, upload it, or when you're saying, you can add teams and it will generate a schedule for you. So let's say you have a house league, you can do that, and it's quite easy to move them around if you want to mix it up, as well as you can say put in buys. Let's say you have a week that there is no games. You don't have that field that weekend. So you can actually put a buy in. So when you're creating a schedule, it will jump it over that. Okay. Is there anything that you guys would like to see from here? Maybe I could show you where it would be.
For the tournament side, I know it was
Mhm.
kind of being developed. Is it ready yet to have like the bracket spit out?
They do have some brackets right now. I think it's more of a manual input for it, but there is a template for it.
Okay.
So I could show it to you. I don't have it right now, but I could
Yeah.
get it from the team and you can take a look
Okay.
at it. Does anyone else have anything that you would like to see if this program does? So as you can see, I just jumped into a venue So I can go in here again, set up days that the field is available or if it's not available, and that will help me when I'm scheduling. You can also put in like all the address. You can split a field. You can add in your game slots, practice slots, and so you can have them all separate. So when you're generating the thing, it will go into the correct days and times. Does anyone have any questions or would like to see something? I know this is just a kind of a first taste to see what it looks like, but if you're used to using something, it might already be on here. So if you have anything, let me know.
Donna, are you able to pull up just a page with maybe some practices and games in there just to show them kind of where that all populates publicly for everyone to see?
Yeah, I was trying to find. Let me find a baseball. Mm, yep. I'm just going to go to Quebec baseball so I can find one that's. Oh, okay, so this is a page. You can see we have the schedules there. Let me see if I can find one that actually has a game. Well, this is what it would look like. So you would have all your games. You can filter it. You can filter by the team. You can filter by practices or exhibition, tournaments, playoffs, etc. And then you will have all the contact information for the club as well.
Donna, if you search AAA League for Baseball Alberta, we should have some games in there from last year.
Oh, perfect.
AAA, it should just be AAA League, and then you might have to select right there, top one, yeah. So you'll have to go back into July, but there'll be games in there.
Perfect.
Oh yeah.
So
that's kind of how the layout looks.
Yeah. So you again, you're going to be able to see the summary of the game. You're going to be able to have admin information. You can click onto the game sheet from here. Oh.
I know last year a lot of people I found it a lot easier when I was inputting scores and stuff to just go right to the page because you can click it and it'll go directly to that game number. And then as an OFM, they can just put in the score from that. So I found that was a lot easier to do. And I don't know if a lot of people didn't know that last year, but.
So you're also going to be able to see stats and standings in here. So you can see it looks like this, and it's going to be for every league in here or every team in there. Okay. We also have the legend. And again, you can filter by the category or the teams. Okay. So if I go to the teams, I can select which team I want to look at and see their schedule. Okay. And on some, not all, some of them will have the players listed as well. Okay. Do you guys have any questions? Okay. Liam, is there anything else you would like to touch on? Like I said, it's, we can do all of the inputting the rules for you. So that will all come up, as well as I'm going to show you the new way of doing the schedule later on once it's ready. You can add the practices, the games, set up structures for your pay if you want to take advantage of that, as well as add in the pitch count for all the scores or for the teams.
Yeah, no, I think just for you guys to see it is good. There's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to be coming down the pipe on this. So we'll make sure we get all the information together and get you guys what you actually will be using and what you need to know. So, but this, I guess, today was just more so kind of just seeing how it all looks and how it's laid out. But for user access and stuff, we'll get going on that. I believe we could switch like just the users from each association. We'll add them all into the play side, so you guys will have access to that eventually. So right now you can't get in there yet, but we will have that available for you guys soon. So
Was there anything in the chat, or I didn't see anything? No. Okay. Does
no,
anyone have any
no.
questions? Okay.
When this all gets up and running, will you be doing another session
Yeah.
similar to this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna actually, that one will be like actually showing you steps by step how to do it. I just wanted to show you tonight what it looks like, what the features that you can take advantage of. And then if you want to take any advantage of them, let Liam know so that we know which ones to have prepared for you. And I'll be there step by step for you when you get started.
Okay. And when do you guys anticipate your go live for that?
I'd say sometime in January,
Yeah.
February, or
Yeah, we'll probably start setting up the trainings and stuff that are, we can probably start scheduling them in January, end of January kind of thing. And then
yeah.
whenever you guys want to start.
And you guys probably explained this. I was 6 minutes late. I apologize. Is this where we need to enter in the score of all of the games? Will
Yeah.
this be required for next year? Okay.
Yeah, so that last year we started doing it in that system for our leagues. So it'll be the same thing this year for scores and stuff. We're gonna try and add some features if it ends up working out and we can utilize them. But for sure, we will be doing the scores at least in there. So
Okay, cool.
Okay. Okay. Well, if there's no more questions, I'm putting a package, I showed Liam. By Monday, I will have this whole training package that we've done the last few weeks put together. I'm adding in some comments from some of the questions, giving you some more answers. I've broken all of this down into videos for you guys and pointed links to all the documentation. So that will be a package that Liam can let you guys have on Monday. And then if you have any questions anytime, just send me an email or put a ticket in. I can give you a call, or we can set up another session and go over some stuff.
same thing as well. If you guys have any questions, just feel free to give me a call whenever I'm available. So
Okay, have a good night, everyone.
Great. Thanks, guys.
thanks, guys.